Greetings everyone and welcome. I'm your host Captain Rye, and today's video is for all of you wonderful folks out there enjoying a very Merry Christmas. And specifically for all of you wonderful folks out there who just need a little bit of a reprieve from those familial obligations. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a World of Warships video.
Good luck everyone.
As the battle gets underway, it is Shards, also known as Canada in your replay files. It is a tier 9 maximum battle, so I'm not top tier. And it is domination match mode. I have spawned in closest to the A cap point, and obviously today, for you, I'm playing in the tier 8 battleship Bismark. Now, because I've spawned closest to the A cap point, and because there are a limited number of destroyers in this game, and when I say limited, I do mean that there are 2 on the enemy team, and there are 3 on my team, so my team has the destroyer advantage. I'm going to go ahead and head off to the A cap point. Now, of course, my team does have a distinct disadvantage in the fact that 2 of our destroyers are Friesland, so that does mean, well, they have a high rate of fire, they have low caliber guns, and they don't have torpedoes by comparison to every other destroyer in the game. But that's alright, I'm not too worried about it as the battle gets underway, simply because it's still early on, and there is a possibility, with any luck, that they'll be able to hold their own in any situation. Now, something to note about the Bismarck here is that I'm not quite playing with a full 19-point captain here. I am only playing, I think at this point, with a 14-point captain. So of course I've got manual secondaries, that is an absolute must with this, but I also have the advanced firing training, which gives a little bit extra range to those secondaries, so that I'm able to, at the very least, reach out and touch somebody a little bit better. Enemy Friesland pops up here, and you can see that our 2 Frieslands are going to start engaging in gunfire. Unfortunately for our Friesland, he's in a bad situation where there's a lot of islands in the way, and so a lot of the friendly teammates back here are simply not able to bring shots to bear on that enemy Friesland as effectively as I think we would all like. Although that enemy Friesland, yeah, he's not going to be long for this world as a friendly Friesland manages to take him out. Fired off shots at that destroyer trying to snipe the kill, but no such luck for me, but that's alright. Jean Bart pushing in here. He's just about inside of my secondary range. So I do have him flagged for secondaries, so those are going to be opening up any minute now. Think about taking more shots at him, and that's when the Italian premium boat pops up there. And he is going to go ahead, pop his smoke screen, and a wise decision on his part. Do manage to connect, only an over-penetration or 2 there. So no major damage at this point. Now, our friendly Friesland is on perilously low health. He's got a Jean Bart closing down, and if you'll pay attention to the background there's a Miyoko, but more importantly, if you were paying attention earlier, you saw that there's an Alaska back behind that island. So that means he is technically inside of that Alaska's 10-kilometer radar, so Friesland wisely decides, nope, I'm just going to go ahead and abandon the A cap point. A wise choice. In the meantime, the cavalry is here, and so now, myself, this North Carolina, the ships behind me, we are all going to start engaging this Jean Bart and make him regret his life choices for being so aggressive and so forward. Jean Bart gets shots off into my belt armor, luckily for me. He did not penetrate significantly, so only overpins there, not a lot of damage. Secondaries blazing away, and there is that Alaska. Now you might be wondering, why the hell am I shooting at him and not the Jean Bart? Well, the Jean Bart's bow tanking me, and he's very low health. There's a close quarters expert for me, so I fire shots at the Alaska, who is sitting broadside on. Moreover, that Alaska is now inside of my secondary range, so I'm going to go ahead and start shooting at him. Thought about shooting at the Miyoko there, as they are both broadside on. Of course, the Alaska, a far bigger threat in the long term to my team's ability to sneakily and effectively push up. managed to bounce a shot on the Miyoko. I have no idea how we managed to do that. It's a little bit disappointing. That Italian cruiser, semi-armor piercing, really rather annoying at this point. But that's alright, he's running away, he's just outside of my secondary range, so I can't flag him for secondaries, and I'm going to go ahead and start turning around. My team has managed to secure the B cap point. The enemy team is in the process of pushing C, and really heavily pushing C. Of course, again, paying attention to that minimap, they are also pushing into the B cap point, and there's nobody in a position really to stop them. So, the enemy team is going to pull back some kills here. Of course, because we had the B cap point for so long, we are in a points lead. And because there are only 2 cruisers, and arguably only 1 cruiser at the moment, who can shoot at anybody in the A cap point, my team is going to manage to secure it. Enemy Massachusetts pops up with the enemy Miyoko. I fire off at the enemy Miyoko because, well, he's broadside on. There's the Massachusetts, have the Massachusetts flag for secondaries, and now I'm going to go ahead and drop behind this islet. Secondaries do reset the Massachusetts progress, and shots reset the Miyoko's process. There's a double Citadel on that Alaska. It really put the hurt on him. Hopefully he's regretting his life choices. You can see he's popped his radar, though. He wants to make sure that there's no sneaky destroyers, and we do still have 3 of them in the game lurking about. Now, I'm going to push up around this island, and here's the thing. I am detected, so all of these ships in the B cap point that are currently capping the B cap point, they have no excuse. They know full well I'm here. Pop my heel, gonna start recovering some health as I come out. Broadside onto this Miyoko, who is also broadside on. The Miyoko tried to get torpedoes off. That is not gonna work out well for him as a triple Citadel dev strike that Miyoko.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
He's dead, Jim. There's my 2nd kill in the game. 5 Citadel so far. I have no idea what's going on with these troll guns. Nobody will ever accuse the Bismarck of being a highly accurate ship at any kind of range. 90% of the time, you're going to get trolled by these guns. Enemy team still hanging in there, man. They've managed to pull back yet another kill. So we're 4 for 4 at this point, but we have the A cap point. We're pushing into the B cap point here, and the enemy team still has not managed to secure the C cap point. But look at this, I've got 2 ships. I have a Massachusetts B and that Alaska, and that Alaska's fairly low health, and I would love to finish him off. Of course, before I can push around this island, he starts recovering health. Fire off first shots into his bow, hoping to get nice hits there. Flag him for secondaries, but because the Massachusetts is in the way, the secondaries actually managed to impact the Massachusetts. So they're going to start a fire on him, which is kind of nice. It's going to help a little bit there. That Alaska, though, he realizes he is in all sorts of problems. Fire off more shots there. There's my 3rd kill, so I finish off the Alaska. Now I have the Massachusetts to deal with. But notice he's at a pretty high angle, and I've got another problem there. I have a pesky Russian battleship right over there, and that Russian battleship I'm giving broadside to. And, well, Russian battleship guns tend to be a little bit OP for some reason. Something about a bias. Because he's bow attacking me, I've been firing up into the superstructure. Friendly Rune gets torpedoes onto him and manages to put a world of hurt on him. Still have him flagged for my secondaries. I'm going to go ahead and turn away. I'm going to bow tank this Russian battleship in a concerted effort to avoid taking more shots in from him, as of course the Massachusetts guns are pointed at everybody else. There's my 4th kill in the game, 142,000 damage at this point, and now I have the Ruski to deal with. The Soviet Soyuz, Tier 9 Russian battleship. Here come the shots, and yeah, there's that troll Russian gun I was telling you about, seeming a little OP, but look at this guy. This guy, Tier 9 battleship, is just gonna broadside to me. That's fine. Double Citadel, there's my high caliber there. Flagged him for secondaries, and now I'm gonna do something sneaky. Well, I say sneaky. What I'm actually gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead, push up, use this island as effectively solid rock armor, flag the Italian cruiser there for secondaries before he disappears. Of course, he gets taken out by the friendly Lion. Pop my hydroacoustic just in case there is still an enemy destroyer after all, lurking around here somewhere. The Cyclone is now in full effect. 8-kilometer visual range, unless you have a radar situation. And there's also still at least 2 other cruisers left in the game. Of course, one of them all the way up at the map border back behind his spawn, but the other one, the York, he could come around. He does have torpedoes as well. So, here's the thing. I'm using this island as solid rock armor. Now the Soviet Soyuz, he's still in this position right here. Launch my own catapult fighter to spot him, since he's doing the same with his catapult fighters. But because I was behind this island for long enough, I can start recovering health. My heal is available, so I'm going to start doing that. And more importantly, because I have a friendly rune who's in detection range of this guy focused on him almost entirely as I push out from behind this island. This guy is broadside on. Here come my shots. Bye-bye, Triple Citadel Kraken Unleashed. And now my team is in a commanding position. Enemy team is down to 3 ships. We managed to sink that lone Italian cruiser who was sailing all the way back up at his spawn. And we hold 2 of the caps. The enemy team did finally manage to succeed in taking the sea cap point. But at what cost? They are down, though, to 3 ships. All 3 we are about to see very shortly. The York does not have a lot of health left at this point in the battle. And as a tier 7 cruiser, he doesn't have a heal, so he's pretty easy pickings. At this point, I'm on 5 kills, and I would really love to secure a 6th kill. That would be nice in this game. Unfortunately for me, he's got the island between me and him, and also unfortunately for me, there's a Friesland shooting at him, and there's a North Carolina back there shooting at him as well. That's when friendly teammates spot the enemy King George V, who is shooting at the Lion. The King George V still has over half his health at this point in the game. More importantly, he's focused on the Lion, so he's broadside on. Now, the King George V does not come equipped with a smoke screen. So that can only mean, as the York is taken out, that smoke screen belongs to the last remaining ship. The last remaining destroyer on the enemy team. There's my Confederate medal to go with my high caliber and my Kraken Unleashed. The last remaining destroyer on the enemy team, of course, though, is the USS Black, a ship that I know. The torpedoes aren't particularly fast, but they are very hard hitting and they are long ranged. But because they're not particularly fast, because I have hydroacoustic here in about 50 seconds, hopefully I'll be able to avoid eating any of them, which would be nice. King George V taking quite a beating from pretty much everybody. Secondaries blazing away. There's a fire on him. He doesn't have a lot of health left. Forward guns ready to go. Let's see if I can secure my 6th kill in the game. Yes, I managed to do it. So there's kill number 6. Friendly team is now capturing the sea cap point. The enemy team is now down to just 69 points. Nice. However, the King George V manages to kill the Lion, so they do still keep pulling it back. Now, this enemy Black is shooting at me. He's managed to set me on fire. I'm not worried about the one fire here. But remember, the Black has radar. And as I push up here, he's going to use it so that he can continue spotting me. This is really, really obnoxious on my part, simply because I really don't need to be burning down. I don't have any heal available now, but Bismarck, well, Bismarck's got hydroacoustic, and the Black made a terrible error in judgment here, staying in his smoke screen as long as he did. Flag him for secondaries, gonna go ahead and start shooting him. Because, like I said, those torpedoes are very, very slow. Hydroacoustic's gonna see him. I'm gonna be able to dodge him all sorts of ways. Now, here's where I make my error in judgment. I'm turning in against these torpedoes. I think I have enough health to eat one. I can afford to eat one right on the bow. Come on, get the kill. No, not quite. Thought I had the health to eat one. I probably did have the health to eat one on the bow. Unfortunately for me, he hit me with 2. And unfortunately for me, I did not manage to get the kill. That Black is left on 800 health. So no kill secure on that Black, no 7th kill in this game for me, but 256,000 damage, which, by the way, is my all-time damage record at this point. Yes. Broke my all-time damage record previously held by the Yu Yang in a Bismarck, which was my original all-time damage record holder. It's something like 240,000 damage before the Yu Yang. However, while my death did occur late stage in the battle, I'm not too concerned about it. Look at this. My team has got all 3 of the caps. We're well above 950 points at this point. We still have a Rune. We still have a Friesland. We still have an Alaska. So, radar cruiser right there. And while North Carolina doesn't have a lot of health, given the back's last location and the fact that there's a Friesland and a Rune between him, I somehow don't think our North Carolina's going to need to worry. In fact, pretty much at this point, it's all over, as we are going to hit that 1,000 points and secure victory. Again, 256,000 damage done in that game. Confederate devastating strike, close quarters expert, Kraken Unleashed, and high caliber. Would have been nice to have that 7th kill. Also would have been nice to have that Dreadnought award. But here's the crazy thing about this battle. I'm a tier 8 battleship. Again, I'm not a top tier ship in the game. I'm not bottom tier, as we saw there were tier 7s. But top of the team for XP earned at 3,300 base XP. More than double the next nearest guy on my team. In fact, if you combine the next two, number 2 and number 3 on the team for XP earned, they still do not have enough XP to match the amount that I earned in that game. That is absolutely unbelievable, and truly, Bismarck did carry the day. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you like the video, hit that like button and leave a comment down below. I hope you're all having a wonderful holiday season. And until next time, this is Captain Rye, signing off.